What is up, Cinders? Welcome back to Chicken Cindy's. Today we're going to try to turn my NS Eccentric into a single speed. Let's see what happens. If this is your first time to Chicken Cindy's, welcome. I am Joshua, and we pretty much do anything bike related. So, if you have been a fan of the channel, you know that a couple months ago, the single speed that I built up had actually been stolen. It was a Schwinn Axum that I built up. It was a really fun build. It was a really nice and just cool, unique single speed. And I absolutely loved that single speed build, and it was very fun to just ride on the trails and just kind of go. And that's kind of like what a single speed is basically just you just not having to worry about shifting or anything and just going ham on a trail. And I really miss that. I didn't ride it a ton, but I would get it out and ride it every now and then. And you know, not having a single speed has just kind of left a hole in my quiver of bikes, as you would say, so to say. This is my NS Eccentric. I've had this frame for about 3 years, 4 years, and this was my go-to mountain bike when it was built up. It's just been kind of sitting. I've been kind of throwing around the idea of like what to do with it, and finally I decided, you know what, let's turn this into a single speed. So we're gonna kind of go through my parts bin, we're gonna kind of see what parts I have and see how close we can get this to actually being rideable. I'm not going to be able to do it today for sure because I know there are some things I'm missing, but I'm really not sure what I do actually have as well. So let's start searching and finding and see what we can do with this NS Eccentric. The RockShox Revelation was the original fork on this build. It has an MRP ramp cartridge. I've done the upgrade to the actual damper and all that fun stuff. And basically this is kind of like a Revelation Ultimate. So we're gonna put this back on. This was also the original P&W handlebars and the NS Eccentric stem and a very nice oil slick that I had on it too. So the front of the bike will be good to go. Let's install this. This is the original Chris King headset that I've had in this since pretty much I've had it in the beginning. Tried to keep all that together basically. I did have this set up and it's actually threaded for the ODI tool. So we'll snag that and put that all back in here and together. Oh, I forgot it's got the O-ring for like the nice compression fit. So let's make sure we don't mess that up on that. Oops, speaking of O-ring, it's got a nice little O-ring to try to keep it all sealed and not let nasty elements and water get in it. I guess water is an element, isn't it? So that used to be blue. I literally just spray painted it pink. There we go. Nice. I think, I don't recall for sure, but I think I might have just had this almost slammed. Looks like maybe one spacer. Perfect. We will take, oh gosh, that off. Let's throw, I think that's probably a, I don't know, 15 millimeter. Perfect. So as I mentioned, we're just really gonna kind of like put this together in a very nonchalant, build it up and see what parts I am missing and have and don't have kind of way. Just face that the right way. Kind of hand tighten some stuff a little bit. I wasn't sure if I still had this or not, but yeah, so this is the reason why that's tapered, just so you can tighten that, but it's my little one-up original EDC tool, and this thing has saved my butt a handful of times, honestly. I love it. It's a little expensive to buy in and get all the parts and pieces you'll want. It's got little master link pliers and some little bacon strips. I mean, I think being able to just have this and just kind of throw it in your fork and basically put it in there and just kind of forget about it can be like a real big lifesaver on the side of a trail. So highly recommend something like that. New Proof branded seat post clamp originally on this. I'm trying to just go through my head and like remember what parts I have and don't have. I don't really remember. So I'm just gonna kind of, I know one of the bigger things that I do have is a wheel set. So safety first, don't stand on spinning stools as a way of getting yourself taller. Ooh, this tire is flat. Yeah, I wonder if I can put air in it. All right. When my bud Single Track Jack upgraded his carbon Chinese, link to video right here, frame from 29ers to 27.5, he gave me his WTB wheel set. So this all should fit in this. No problem, I think. I'm pretty sure these are 110. We'll find out. If not, I could just use a spacer since it is a front wheel, so I'm not too worried about it. Whenever I broke my through my rear axle on my i9s, I set my Binary Maniac as a single speed. So this is a Spank single speed conversion kit. I bought it because when I bought my Spank Spoon 32s for my dirt jumper, I didn't realize that actually came with a conversion kit. Fit on this, absolutely no problem. So let's get the wheel installed, because that's kind of a bigger one. And the crazy part is, once we get these wheels on, it's gonna look like a bike, which is also pretty nice. So there is the back wheel. And here is the hoping that this is in fact a 110. I'm pretty sure it is. Sweet. I'll have to figure out the air and why it's not holding any, because I'm pretty sure it's set up tubeless. So I don't know if it's just become flat from storage over the years. And just like that, it kind of looks like a bike already. So we need grips, brakes, seat post, a way to turn it into a single speed, and a chain? All right, let's do some more digging. So now we're gonna start digging. This is kind of my parts bin box with just a bunch of stuff in it. I'm not sure what I do or don't have in it that's going to help this bike necessarily. That should be a cassette. That should be a cassette. DMRs. Ooh, let's go back to these. I've not ran my oil slick pedals for a long time. So I got oil slicks. Those aren't actually DMRs. So we'll put these out for the pedals. That's a legit brake. Do I have another brake in here? Probably not. I find it really hard to believe. We got some rotors. Cool. Put these on the wheel set. I'm sure those will be fine. I got one brake. I'm not sure what's up. Oh, here we go. This is something I was looking for. Cool. So, dropper post, it works. Let's try it again. It was a little sketchy there when we were going for it. Try it again. There you go. Cool. So we got a dropper, which makes me happy. I wasn't sure if we still had this or not, because that would have been an expensive purchase to have to do. Slide it in. All right, we're actually sitting okay so far. What else I got in here? Ooh, and if we wouldn't have, we got that, so that would have worked. What else? Man, does anybody else just got extra parts for days? I guess it's a good thing, right? Oop, hang on. I put the wrong things with the wrong things. There we go. I won't need that. I'm not sure. I think that's basically it in this box. That's going to work for this build. I think. Yeah, the rest is just kind of spare bits and parts. That's okay. I got a couple other places I can look for more stuff. My last bike was named by, it was called the Graxum, the Gravel Axum by Captain's Cog. So maybe he can show some love to this build, and we can give this one a different name. Okay, so we have a black chain, just a Zonky, a single speed, easy chain. I'm gonna do a separate video on this. This was the last single speed that I actually put on my Schwinn Axum, the Graxum, whenever I was building it up. And I went through a couple different like chain tensioners. Obviously, since this is set up as a mountain bike, trying to get the chain the perfect length. Sorry, let me get out of the way again. Since this has an actual derailleur hanger, we can use a tensioner to help kind of get that really nice just chain length and not have to get to where it's like exactly perfect and like have to snap it on basically. So this Shirley Singulator is probably my favorite tensioner I've ever had. Keo's MTB, mountain bike Keo. He's the one that recommended this and told me about this. So this is technically the second one I purchased because the first one got stolen, as mentioned in the beginning of the video. But I absolutely love this tensioner, and I think it deserves its own video for installation and how it works because it's very nice and very cool, and I absolutely love it. I am really hoping to just luck out and put air in this front tire and it be able to hold air. I don't know if it will or won't. As mentioned, this is from Jackie's old build, and if it does hold air, terrific. If it doesn't, I'm probably just gonna take it apart and put sealant in it and redo it. On a positive note, it is in fact holding air. I don't hear any audible like hisses or hissing from it actually like losing air, so that's terrific. Hopefully it'll retain air and we can just leave it the way it is and call it good. I don't really show this part back here quite a bit because it's just a bunch of little tidbits and pieces, but I believe I have a dropper lever somewhere in one of these. I could be wrong. Bunch of seat post clamps. We'll keep digging. Brake, bottom bracket tool. Aha! Sweet. So, boom, dropper post lever, but I don't have the attachment for it, so that's an issue. All right, so far I am striking out on finding a lever clamp. The good thing is they're pretty cheap, reasonably priced. Ooh, actually, I may have just gotten lucky. Okay, so cool. So here's a bunch of these kind of go on the remote. So it'll depend on what brake I buy, but this will actually screw into this, and this can go into some, I think these ones are for Shimano brakes. It goes underneath the brake and kind of holds it in place. So this might save me with having to spend a little bit of money. Cool. All right. One of these have been my absolute favorite ODI grips. They definitely have some love, but they kind of go with the widened oil slick look that we used to have on this bike. So we'll slip these on real quick. For today's video, I think this is where we're gonna stop. We made some really good progress. I mean, it honestly looks pretty much like a bike. So brakes, bottom bracket, and crankset, and saddle. I think those are the only things that I'm gonna have to buy to make this rideable. I might take a look at that one brake I have, but I'll probably save that for like a different build and maybe just get some new brakes. So let's go to you guys and in the comments for this part of the video. What brakes do you want to see me run on this? What bottom bracket and crankset? I will probably just go SRAM in the sense of like the dub crankset because I think they're bomb proof for their price, but maybe there's a different crankset you'd like me to try. So put down in the comments. And then last but not least, what saddle? I typically go to Ergon saddles. Absolutely love Ergon saddles. If there's a new brand that you maybe want me to try and put on this to see how it'll look, let me know. But man, this is going a lot better than I expected so far. So we're gonna turn the NS Eccentric into a single speed. And man, it looks like a bike. We're pretty close. So I'm thinking the next episode of this, we should be able to finish it. I might do 2 more episodes, one for the simulator, because like I said earlier, I kind of want to give that its own video just because it's such a terrific tensioner in my opinion. But for a parts build, for just stuff we have lying around, we're making progress. This is pretty cool. I could maybe see myself taking this to race instead of my dirt jumper next time, just to see how it does since it'll be a single speed. But let me know. But yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, everybody take care.